Good evening, I'm Jill Bally. Thank you for joining us here on the MTN 530 News on KPAX. Here is what we have for you today.
Many of us saw the first snowflakes of the season fly today. Will they stick around tonight for that trick-or-treating forecast? We'll get those details here in just a few minutes.
He was enthusiastic, even giddy, about slaying these protected birds.
The man who killed and trafficked hundreds of raptors in Montana today is sentenced.
It's been a little bit creepy as we've gotten to the end of this stroll.
It's the last night and the spookiest of the first Kalispell pumpkin stroll.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
The man who admitted to killing more than 100 eagles and thousands of other birds on the Flathead Reservation to sell on the black market, sentenced today to nearly 4 years in prison. Travis John Branson of Washington State pleaded guilty in March to conspiracy and wildlife trafficking charges. He and several others killed at least 118 eagles and 36 other birds in a poaching operation on tribal land. Prosecutors say Branson traveled from Washington to shoot, transport, and ship bald and golden eagles for future black market sales. He was sentenced to 46 months in federal prison and was ordered to pay nearly $800,000 in restitution. That amounts to $5,000 per eagle killed and $1,700 per hawk killed. Prosecutors say the sentence was appropriate for the years-long operation Branson was running.
Mr. Branson conspired with others on the scheme for which he is charged over the course of 6 years, from approximately January 2015 through March of 2021. But we know he was doing it longer, dating back to the late 80s. He thought this was funny, but he's not laughing today.
Another man, Simon Paul, has been accused of trafficking the federally protected birds with Branson, but he has not been convicted. An investigation is underway right now in Kalispell after one person was hurt in a shooting this afternoon. The Kalispell Police Department reports officers responded to the 400 block of South Meridian Road around 3:30 for reports of a shooting. One person was taken to the hospital with injuries, another taken into custody. The names of those involved have not yet been released. Kalispell police say the incident appears to be isolated and they do not believe there is any danger to the public. A lawsuit filed this week is seeking to challenge a new policy at the Montana Legislature that restricts who can access certain documents about proposed bills. For more than 25 years, the Legislative Services Division has allowed people to make public information requests for junk files, which can include records on how a bill was drafted and emails between lawmakers and staff, lobbyists, and other stakeholders. Well, now they've created a new policy in response to a court ruling that said those documents may be protected from disclosure under a legislator's privilege. If lawmakers don't waive that privilege, only limited documents would be made available. Plaintiffs, including 2 people and the Montana Environmental Information Center, sued, saying that the change was blocking the public's right to know and the ability to hold leaders accountable.
It should be open to everybody, regardless of your political persuasion. That's the whole point. This is letting everybody know and be on the same level of information so that we can assure that our government's acting accordingly and in the interest of the people. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, Green, you should be able to know what the government is doing as a Montana citizen.
MTN contacted the Director of Legislative Services, who declined to comment on the lawsuit.